Okay, hello everyone and welcome to the start of this stream. Apologies, I'm a few minutes late setting up tonight. I've just preoccupied doing some stuff on Destiny 2, which is having all its content stripped out, which is just morally and utterly wrong. But hello, my name is Random Gamer Riven and welcome to the start of tonight's randomised gaming stream. And it's the start of a new week. It is Monday the 19th of October 2020. I'm your host for this stream, Random Gamer Riven, on behalf of Randomised Gaming. And I'll say hello to Cher. It's Cher Z Porter, although she said to call me, I assume it's a woman. Apologies. Not, but thank you for joining the stream and good evening. I hope you stay with me for a while. We'll be looking at Wonderboy in Monster World. Yes, it's a little bit always difficult to know whether people are male or female based on their handle, so apologies if I get slightly confused. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at Wonderboy Monster World. This is effectively the fifth game in the Wonderboy series, but the third Monster World one. This takes place after, so you have the original Wonderboy, you have Wonderboy and Monster Land, which was the first arcade game in the first Monster World series. They upgraded Monster Land to Monster World for the later games. Then you had Monster's Lair, Wonderboy 3, and then we had Dragon's Trap, which is Wonderboy 4. Cherise. Okay. Hopefully I pronounced it better that time. I pronounced Cherise, but you said to call you Cher. Okay. Yeah, no, apologies for I was making a bit of a tongue twist of reading out people's online handles. So here we go with Monster World. So yeah, Dragon's Trap is actually Monster World is Wonderboy 4, Monster World 2, because Monster Lair is not officially a Monster World game, strangely. So Wonderboy is not a Monster World, the original 1989 arcade game, and nor is Monster's Lair, which was the third arcade game. But Dragon's Trap is notoriously called Wonderboy 3 when it isn't. It's yeah, no, I've had some. Yeah, I know. Trying to pronounce various people's handles, it's always very crazy because you don't know where in the world they're coming from, so it can be pronounced and hyphenated. And but thank you for joining me on stream tonight. So we're going to be looking at Monster World, Wonderboy in Monster World. I should just confirm this was released in 1991, or at least first released in Japan. It was developed by Westone Entertainment in conjunction with Sega, and it was published with Sega. The Wonderboy series has a bit of an interesting history because Westone owned the rights to them, so could split them, could publish the games. They didn't own the name to Wonderboy, so basically there are a number of Wonderboy games released on other formats that literally are the same game just with a different name because Sega owned the Wonderboy brand name, which is a bit weird. I'd have thought Sega would have helped. But obviously the guy who did the Wonderboy did manage to get quite an astute deal to keep hold of the rights for the games. Monster World was once a powerful region, then the peace was shattered by an invading army of monsters. A young man named Shion vowed to defeat them and make his land peaceful again. So obviously in this one, the Monster World's gone peaceful after various decades of wars with the previous Wonderboys. So out we go, Shino's home. This is Shino's home, which basically you never need to come back to this location. It's literally there to start with, and then that's it. So I've got B is attack, C is jump, and A is menus. Now, I do need to be a bit careful during this stream. I'm tempted to actually do a playthrough if we see how far I get. Now, in case you don't know, this is a homage to Wonderboy and Monster Land, this sequence. This sequence taken straight from the original arcade game. In fact, this character's straight out of Monster Land as well. Once again, this world is being threatened. The princess has been kidnapped from Parapril Castle. I think I pronounced that right. Much like people's handles. Much like people's online handles, trying to pronounce some of the names in this are a bit crazy. Parapril, I think that is. This is a classic game, Wonderboy and Monster World. If you can, always try and see if you can get the original hardware if you're able to, but I know not everyone has the space. So, I mean, this one's readily available in quite a few collections. So, I think it's on the PS4 collection. So, the Princess Mika from Parapril Castle, you'd better use caution. Here, take an elixir and firestorm. Take them with you. Make sure you're ready to use magic at all times. What are you waiting for? Get moving! This is a real classic. This is probably one of the best outings in the franchise. The Wonderboy series has gone on for quite a long time now, and the original arcade game was quite a bit different. In fact, the original arcade game's only true sequel in terms of games design was the third Monster Slayer game. Yeah, you do a lot of princess rescuing in actually not too much in the Wonderboy. Well, you technically rescue your girlfriend in the first game. In the second game, you're just battling 30 gold. Would you like to purchase it? No. That's too bad. Please. So you rescue your girlfriend in the original Wonderboy. Wonderboy in Monster Land, you don't rescue anyone. In the third game, there's actually a male and female character, especially if a Wonderboy, and you actually have the original Parapril in, I think. So I'm going to start by getting the cash for the boots, because they'll speed up my walking speed. So there's going to be lots of toing and froing in this. I can't remember if the enemies only gave you a set amount of gold spawned. So this section, original section here that you're seeing, is actually taken from, as I said, Wonderboy and Monster Land. It's literally a wholesale carbon copy of the starting location, except without the Grim Reaper boss. Now these early enemies don't give you a huge amount of gold, but it's worth it. Because it'll just make your walking speed things a bit easier. Now, I did see someone do a run of this in about an hour, so I'm tempted to see how much of the game I can cover. I just have one caveat. It's that I have a completed save file at present, and I don't want to erase it. So that means I can't save, which might not sound too menacing, but it means if I die, everything will be lost. So, because there's no continue option in this, so I need to be extra careful and not take silly hits like that. Oh, you can read the sign. Welcome to Monster World. I said Monster World, Monster Land from the second game's been upgraded to Monster World in this one. I think it just sounded better, Monster Land or Monster World. Oh, found 9 gold. Okay, so there he goes with the rarer loot drop. Now, if you're a veteran of Wonderboy Monster Land, you'd be doing that whenever you were looking for secret bits. So if you're a veteran, you'd know why I would do that. But of course, you don't need to do that in this game for the loot. But that was a handy trick that was added into this one, I have to admit. Okay, so there we go, 32, and I've nearly died as well, which isn't okay. Yes, they do respawn fast in this, the enemies. So I go to boots, cloth boots. It's been years since we had a visitor. Your journey has just begun. Please take care. The jellyfish will help you on the way. Now, that's a reference. Originally in Monsterland, that vendor was a... she was actually a wine and beer selling lizard, so... chaps. So, obviously they've had a few different patrons running the venue. Clearly the bar shut down and now it's... I think the reason you get an elixir early on is because there's no hearts at present, so I've got to be... There will be quite a bit of farming in this, I should warn you, so... You don't have much range with this starting weapon as well. None of the weapons have huge amounts of range, but this has by far the worst range. Yeah, the enemies do respawn very quickly in this. That's part of one of the traits of Wonderboy. I'm actually playing Monster Boy, which is the newest sort of outing, semi-following to the series. It wasn't originally going to be an official game, but they added it, sort of got the license, I think, maybe towards the end, because perhaps Sega actually saw how good the game was. But yeah, I've been very impressed with Monster Boy, and I highly recommend it. So yes, there's a chest down there that I want to open, but can't, sadly, as we can't yet go underwater. Magic, Firestorm. So best if I press down and A, I can use a magic spell, which is helpful to killing enemies. Which does that. Firestorm's quite a powerful one, but when you use it, if I then go to magic, it will show I'm down 1. Thinking this one I can't. Yeah, I walk. Strangely, you have the ability to walk on water. Phew, that was needed. Some of the sound effects are actually taken from the original arcade, or at least sound very similar. Yeah. Good thing I did get that heart, else I'd be using my elixir at this point. A lot of the NES games actually had that type of Mega Man has that you literally walk away from the screen and then the enemies respawn almost instantly. I used my elixir, didn't want to do that. And I really want to be careful because I don't want to use up all my hearts at this point. You can ride a jellyfish, okay? Actually a little bit slippery, the controls. And there we go. Pop. Yeah, a lot of those NES games have that. In the morning, yes. Good night and pleasant dreams. So later on you can actually get Trident to swim and explore areas and get power-ups. So this does actually have what would be described as a Metroid-style system. Yeah, the enemies do come back very quick in this area, so I want to get the gold to get the better weapons for the coming boss confrontation. And depending how well I do, I might actually do a... I'm debating whether to do a full playthrough on this at some point, so definitely a game that needs a little bit of explanation just because it's such a wonderful game. I have reviewed it on the blog as part of the Monster World collection, so... So yeah, purchasing the chainmail, let's go for... So I can talk to the Queen. She's going to tell me the village is overrun and there's a menacing presence. Can't you help us? Okay, that needs a little bit of translation. Take Priscilla with you. She may be able to help you. Remember, though, that once you set foot outside Al-Sadai, Priscilla will return to me and she won't be able to help you anymore. Yeah, you get a number of little helper partners in this, but whenever you leave the areas they're supposed to be, they go back home. Yeah, a lot of the NES games actually had respawning enemies where literally you'd move left and right. This one has respawning where they'll respawn after a short period. I'm not sure if the Mario Brothers had respawning enemies. I don't recall. It's been a while since I played Mario 2 on the NES, so... Do I see that my little fairy buddy actually beats down the enemies? I think she slows them down with her attack, unless she does slightly reduce their HP. At least these guys are quite quick to get gold, so it's not that hard to level up pretty rapidly to get... Oh, she gives me health. Thank you. Okay, I've heard you wish to know about. Go ask Sonia. I think Sonia's the one in this house. Because I need an item to actually... You need the ocarina to open the cave door, but I lost it somewhere inside the cave. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this game's earlier than any Zelda that had the ocarina. Or maybe A Link to the Past had it. Yeah, that was Super Mario 2. That would be Super Mario Brothers 2, which is known as Super Mario Bros. In the USA. And yeah, it was Doki Doki is it Power or Panic? Basically, it got they didn't like the proper Super Mario Brothers 2, so they reskinned another game as Mario Brothers 2. Although, ironically, I would say the reskinned version is actually better than the original Mario Brothers 2. So I mean, I have finished Lost Levels, but I just didn't rate it that much. I didn't think it was as good as the original Mario, and I actually really enjoyed Doki Doki Panic. So okay, we've got some more gold, so I'll just get probably about to 100, and that should be able to allow me to buy everything. Well, if I'm being honest, I should probably actually go looking for the ocarina, because I can't do much in town until I have it. I have to go back and learn the songs with it. Oh, thank you, Pramila, I think. Yep, so there's the ocarina. To press up to grab it. Oh, it's the ocarina. I finished this a couple of times now, actually. It's such a good game. And let's try and open this door. The door has been sealed. And I can't actually do anything with it. Interestingly, the ocarina actually disappears from your inventory. So I'm right, it's in the items, isn't it? Yeah, it actually disappears from your inventory later on. You can't come back to this location. This scene actually is a lovely hint in Monster Boy as well, which is quite nice. There's a lovely hark back to it with the taught the ocarina song. I think there should be enough of the spear and the shield, and hopefully the potion too. So I'm probably going to need to keep stock of potions so nothing untoward happens. I do love the animation in this. These enemies, a lot of these enemies are actually taken from Monster Land. They've just been given jazzed up sprites. So this. Just let me write this. Okay, give it a try here, guys. Oh, come on, give me a sec to even press the button. Yeah, A, B, C, B, C, A, B. The reason I'm writing these down is because, yeah, she gives you... Okay, there we go. That's door 3 is A, C, C, A, B, A, B. Okay, there we go with my terrible ocarina playing. Think you've got it? Yes. Play these melodies in the cave. Yep, we will indeed. So there's actually a little hark back to that section in Monster Boy, which is quite a nice touch. I do like the way Pramila beats down on the little wand. Got a nice little touch. So hopefully I'll have... Let's go with the nagging. Yeah, she's very... It's quite funny the way she's like, yeah, that was awful. Now try again. She doesn't even give you time to press anything. Would you like to press it? Yes. Cost 80. Would you like to purchase it? Yes, thank you very much. That's all she's going to say. Thank you very much. You've spent. We've bought out your shop. So if I do that, I get. However, if I equip the Gradius, I think I have to unequip. So Gradius shield. Go with the small spears. Small spear is actually easy because it's got slightly longer range at this point. But you can crouch and attack. You don't have a run or anything in this one. By the way, she obviously her nagging obviously brought back memories of your music teacher. Yeah, I can't say I had music teachers who nagged. Will you be staying overnight? Yes. Do you wish to save your adventure? No. Continuing your journey in the morning? Yes. And cheers all. If you're enjoying the stream, please hit that like button. And as always, I'm your host, Random Gamer Riven. And of course, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. But I suspect you've only got a couple of people on, so I expect everyone's already subscribed to the channel who's watching at the minute. But we have actually previously done a Wonderboy in Monster World video a long time ago. I was actually just slightly updating it earlier with the text. It's been a very long time since I've covered this game, so I thought, yeah, it's probably worth doing a bit more of an in-depth run and me actually chatting about it as well. Take you guys can hear the music and everything okay, or does it need to be a touch louder? I might just make it a touch louder because my voice is probably quite loud today and the music's probably very quiet. Oh yeah, there's a downside of staying at the inn is that you, Okay, thanks for confirming, share. The downside is I actually realised that, if you stay at the inn, you lose... Oh, I might as well go back and upgrade my health again. Yeah, I don't want to save because this game, unfortunately, only allows one save file. So if this is one of those few games that annoyingly only has one save file, which is a bit... Obviously they didn't optimise how they ran the save file for Wonderboy and Monster World, which is a bit odd. Considering Shining in the Darkness has 3, and that's probably got more... That's a vastly bigger game. Priscilla, yeah, it is Priscilla. The fairy, yeah. Sadly, if you actually save at the inn, you lose Priscilla, which is... You actually have a couple of little helpers throughout the course of the game, although none of them can help you at the final battle, sadly. But right, let's venture into the cave. Let's see how far I can get. I did see one guy do like a full playthrough in like the full sort of hour, so I was like, yowzers. An hour and 20 minutes. Probably should just come straight for the... Okay, here we go with my music ability. So, the first song is... Oh, come on, plays the ocarina. You played beautifully. Like it says, behind door number 1 is more secret cavern. There we go. Shinnon plays the ocarina. Oh, I've got a... Literally says the prompt is really unclear. So it's when Shinnon... You played beautifully. Into door number 3 we go. Yes, indeed. Hello, Marcel Ofris 711. Thank you and welcome to the stream. Very much appreciated you joining us here on Randomised Gaming. I must admit, as much as I enjoy Dragon's Trap, I think this is a better game because it's much larger. Dragon's Trap feels a bit rough around the edges in a few places, I always felt, whereas this feels a superbly crafted title that just improves upon Dragon's Trap. Although Dragon's Trap on the Mega Drive is still very much Master System, I should say. Yes, on the Master System, still very much playing, and the remake is also fantastic on PS4. So here we go. I need to press A, C, C, A, B, A, B. So we get it. First time this time. But this is, I think it's one of the few examples of a sort of Metroidvania on the Mega Drive, and it is a very, very, very good title. Oh, she's giving me health. Right, here's where I use the Firestorm, so I should check my magic. Yep. Nope, no, just don't want to de-equip the magic. Here we go with the first boss. Now, this did actually get a Master System release. The Myconoid. No, I didn't want to play the Ocarina. So his health bar and he's already gone. The bosses aren't that hard in this. That was me panicking I might get killed off and then we have to start over again. So you found Firestorm, so that was an upgraded magic. The magic's really helpful for taking down the enemies, I think. Oh yeah, the exit door. I think it was literally back to the... Yeah, it's... All the dungeons do this where they kick you out to a nice little... Is that a bat or a dragon motif in the corner? I wonder if that's a little mention to the previous game, Dragon's Trap, which really is sort of the preliminary game with this style of format. So there is actually a Master System version I just mentioned while I'm just here taking a quick break. The Master System version was released much later in '94. I believe it was only like mainly European release. I don't know if it got a Brazilian one later. It's interesting to see they actually brought... It's actually visually quite a good title on the Master System, but it's a heavily cut down version of this one, so it's not one you're going to really seek out, but it's sort of a collector's novelty, so certainly something if you're a Wonderboy fan, much like myself, it's well worth seeking out. So see they've got plenty of gold now. In fact, I don't need to actually go farming these guys for gold because I've got loads. And they won't be now running around the village. I think we've got people running around the village and no more monster music in the village. Why don't you pay her a visit? The music is really fantastic. Keep the Ocarina. You actually lose it later on though, the Ocarina, I think, because I was checking my completed save file and I don't have it. So we should chat. There's a few more people around the village as we saved them. Very grateful. Although they're very busy. Strangely, you can't go through the main gates at the minute into the town. You have to go via the back door. So I'll just chat to the... I think they're actually gone from here. I think, yeah, the one inside's now. I'm going to heal up and venture into the sort of underwater sewers. Must be feeling a bit tempting fate not saving, but I don't want to overwrite my complete save. Thanks for all the likes, guys. We've got a couple of people on stream now. Glad to see you're all enjoying Wonderboy. It is a classic. It is, as is the 5th game in the series, this is probably probably... I wouldn't say it's my all-time fave. I think this is probably the best game. My personal favourite is Monsterland, the second arcade game. But there's a fantastic collection on PS2 that contained the first 6 games and the 4th outing on Mega Drive. More recently, there's a 360 and PS3... No, there was a collection on 360 that had the English Monster World 4 and... that came with Monsterland and this one as well. And strangely, they were released as separate games on the PS3. I'm forever in debt. Yes, the Queen's happy to see us. Priscilla helping? I do like the foreground as well. Some not really nice foreground. You'll notice that you actually get a colour border on the actual Mega Drive because it uses the background colour, so the lightest background colour, or the what it uses, it generates the core background colour as part of the background. So, oh, I found a coin fountain. Ooh. I feel like doing that, but I don't need to because I'm not playing Wonderboy and Monsterland. We had the Dragon's Trap remake relatively recently, and we also... Oh yeah, the spear could do a defensive attack as well, that I didn't use. So we go underwater. At the minute I can't swim, so I can't actually do anything underwater-ish. Yeah, it's really... It makes great use of... The Mega Drive has quite a limited colour palette, but this makes great use of it. There's a lot of games that try to do sort of mesh colouring effects and they don't work that well, whereas this just gets it spot on. Solid colour. And the sequel's actually even better looking visually. Monster World 4. There are 3 Wonderboy games on the Mega Drive. Well, technically there's 2 Wonderboy and 1 Monster World. So the third game, Monster World 4, basically stars Wonder Girls, so, which is nice. They were going to have a male character, as a separate male character in it, but he got cut, so I'm hopeful the forthcoming remake might include him. At least I hope it's a good remake, it will do. Obviously these guys do spawn back very quickly. The whirlwind with the thing is very, very helpful actually. Tempted to actually do a full playthrough of this on the channel. A couple of games I do mean to do full playthroughs of. Sadly, Pramila can't... Actually, Priscilla can't help you in these areas. There are certain areas where you basically, the little fans you have are only available. Streets of Rage 4. Yeah, it's nice they did one. I'm not a huge fan of the team that've done it. It's got a lot of flaws with it. It feels like a step back from Streets of Rage 3, if I'm being honest. But it's nice that we have Streets of Rage 4. I would kind of preferred Ancient. Yoshikaro's team had done it, as they were basically the driving force behind the Streets of Rage series. And it's a shame they weren't given a chance to do the 4K. Now I can go down here, but I have a distinct suspicion if I go down here I can't get anywhere. I can't remember if there's a chest down here. This is actually to a deeper part of the dungeon, I believe, so... But it's nice to see Sega branching out a bit with some of their franchises, but... Yeah, this is Dragon Cave. I don't want to be here. I think I'll be tempting fate if I come down. Yeah. Fighting Force was Core's attempt to do a 4th game, so I still want to really see... Yeah, that guy's got a lot of health. I don't really want to fight him right now. He's going to be a tough one. Fighting Force was Core's attempt to do a 4th game. There have been a number of attempts to do a 4th game. Ancient did pitch, so Ancient Yoshikaro's company did pitch a 4th on the Dreamcast, but the concept apparently wasn't very good. and they declined against it as they kind of felt the scrolling beat 'em up was its bygone day. If you actually look, there's a Dreamcast game and, well, it was released on the Xbox, but an arcade game called Spike Out, and that had a sequel, and that was probably the closest you'd get to true Streets of Rage 4. Spike Out's a really good game. There were 2 Spike Outs, and only one got an Xbox release. The other one never got a home console release. Definitely worth playing if you can. Should cover that on Xbox actually at some point. We do have that. So at the minute I can't swim until I get to the aqua rod. Okay, so here comes the next boss. Again, got to be really careful. Yes, got him. I don't want to get killed. Else we'll be going back to where we from the very beginning now. The scrolling beat must have had a little bit of a renaissance. I'm glad to see the Scott Pilgrim game is coming back. Yeah, they do, but there's a lot of games like that cute looking blob look, so it reminds me a bit of the slimes from Dragon's Quest as well. But yeah, this is a really colourful game. That lower door's to the town, this upper door's to the princess. I'm just going to speak to the princess because she's the objective at the minute. So yeah, we've rescued the princess, so we're not going to spend the whole game trying to rescue the princess. The Sphinx in the Pyramid likes quizzes. That is a running theme in all the Wonderboy games. Even Monster Boy, the new one, has that with this, where the Sphinx likes quizzes. On the weapons of the legendary hero. A long time ago. Yeah, in case you're wondering, spoiler alert, this is how you go to get to the final boss, but unfortunately we won't be getting to the final boss anytime soon. I do love that you've got layers of parallax scrolling in the background, you've got a stats background in this foreground, so you do get some nice visual effects. This is a very bright, colourful, it really does make good use of the Mega Drive's colour palette, because I know the Mega Drive's colour palette does have its limitations, but this one gets it just pretty much spot on. So the gates to the castle at the start that were previously closed, we can now go in. So that means we've got a shortcut to exit in and out of the area. Hello Breadmaster, thanks for joining the stream. We got a couple people on the stream tonight. Yep, hope you're all enjoying it. Return safely. Yeah, there's some really lovely background effects in this, just the whole colour palette system. This makes a really good, for a 91 game, this makes a really good use of the hardware. Stop by the village of Lilypad, there may be something there for you. Watch out for the monsters on your way. Yes, we will be headed to Lilypad. I think Sheila Puraprilla. I thank you for rescuing me. It's just the same thing. Interestingly, yeah, one of the things they did for this is they used bright, bold colours, and they didn't use like dithering or specky effects. Although, saying that, they've got it in the background, but they use it in the right areas. Some things use specky effects on the characters, which made it look awful. Whereas here you've got the shading just right, so it looks, although the clouds actually have the same sets of shading, it gives a nice background effect, and there's lots of that throughout this whole game. They really made some great visuals. I think in the end they did figure out a few tricks to actually bypass the Mega Drive's colour limits. I think it was John Burton mentioned the graphics line that appears in like the corner. That's actually colours, so you can generally steal the colours from that as well. So I've got two ways to go. I can go this way. I think this way is to the desert if I go this way. Yep, I think it's going to say enter at your own risk. Yep, I'm not going to the desert because that's a later location. So this is an open world game, but you can't really sequence break. So if you try to sequence break, you're going to get into a spot of bother. But it can be done if you're a veteran explorer. So let's upgrade our gear. Great confidence in the products we sell. What's it got? Yeah, a lot. You're dead on there, Breadmaster. A lot of it was artistic choice in the end, and using the right colours really allowed you to give the impression of a much larger colour palette, even if you didn't actually have that much available. So we've got the Gradius and we've got the Knight's Sword now, so it's actually increasing my damage and my armour. This has actually got slightly longer range, this sword, than the... Looks like this store's closed. I think that one's the blacksmith. They've got a couple of additional stores, so just to show you, I can come out this exit now as well, and this will be right back at the start. Again, you've got a nice little effect on that castle wall as well. Incidentally, bit of trivia. So basically, Pillar is actually a reference to the female hero from the third Wonderboy arcade game, the third game in the franchise, Wonderboy 3 Monster Slayer. Monster 3 is actually on the Mega Drive, so I could actually do cover that in a stream. We do actually have videos of that already on the channel as well. In fact, we have a full arcade long play as well that I did. Any chance to the guards as well. Welcome to... Stay as long as you like. I think I just walked past these guys before. I should have actually chatted to them. Yeah, Sonic Gunstar, Dynamite Heady, Shining Force 2 and the Shining games make really good use of the colour palette as well. Strong as you. Now, there's actually a secret shop around here. I have a feeling you need the small door. You need to be small to get in. I should actually heal up. This is the hilarious crystal. That charm stone. It costs 500,000 gold to purchase it. No, that charm stone is literally impossible to purchase. Oh yeah, Kirby and Mr. Gimmick are fantastic games for the colour palette. Cost 50 gold, would you like to purchase it? Yep, thank you. Cost 50 gold, would you like to purchase it? No, I think I'll leave the potion. It's too bad. The 32X doesn't have the colour palette limit, but then it's much higher power hardware, and the Mega CD expands the Mega Drive limit. Yeah, no, the music. I mean, I'm a bit of a Wonderboy fan, but this is everything about this game. The colour, the visuals, the music, it's all fantastic to me. I think it really is a really good example of a top quality Mega Drive game. It's just a shame some other developers weren't producing games to this quality at this point. we're heading towards the first hour, so I won't be finishing the game in an hour's speed run. Well, I could probably play through it a bit quicker if I make sure I get the notes and everything. I'm definitely thinking I might do a bit more of this on the channel, because it can be finished relatively quickly, so it'd be nice to do a full playthrough in a couple of hours, I think, at some point. As I'm such a fan of the Wonderboy series. Showing off all the secrets. Can't believe it's called Lily Pad. Yep, it is indeed. And go up here as well. There is a secret shop around here. And I know one is in the vine down here. But I have a feeling you need to be small to gain access. So the shop is around here. There we go. Yes, he won't bite. He won't speak to anyone. You've done well to find this place. Holding a charm stone. There's a smaller door as well, I think. I think that might be this. This music track's really quite upbeat, so it's really good. Got the nice little bubbling water as well. Probably only 2 frames of animation, but everything just works so well. It's very simplistic. It's what a lot of indie developers forget. You can make things very simplistic and still have a great effect. I mean, the background's only a static image, but the fact they're scaling at 2 different rates just gives a depth to it. It's just a fool, and the fact where they've drawn it just gives a depth to it. Yeah, Core Design were one of the few Western developers I think really got to grips with it. Skeleton Crew are one of their later games, and was it Red Zone as well? It was really impressive technically. But whether they're not... Skeleton Crew is actually a really great game as well. That's probably one I can cover on the channel as well. Oh, those ghost sprites are literally been ripped directly from this game for Monster Boy. In case you haven't played the latest Wonderboy game, Monster Boy, although it wasn't officially going to be one, I think they later agreed a license deal. That's really, really good, and I highly recommend that on PS4, Nintendo Switch, PC or Xbox One if you haven't got it. I think I actually need the gold, because I seem to recall I'm going to get to another shop very, very quickly, and that's got, I think, better gear in it. Again, I do like the little smile and just the subtleties of it. You've had the little tree face in it. Ranger X, yes, we've only got a PAL version though, so that's actually PAL optimized, so I can't stream, and because I got it yonks back for like dirt cheap. These days it goes for an absolute well, it doesn't go for a fortune, but it's not cheap, and it's a good game. It's definitely worth it for the technical point. It's not a fantastic, it's a good game, not a fantastic one, but yeah, technically impressive. Ranger X got some really, really good things. We'll definitely stream it at some point, but not at present because I'm only using a Japanese MegaDrive, and that's a PAL optimized game. I could, in theory, run it, but it's going to be... I think it's really messy if you try. I think it's almost borderline unplayable running the PAL version 60 Hz. Priscilla will own... So, Priscilla is only for that area at the start of the game. If I go talk to the Queen, I'll get Priscilla back. but she will only stay in the forest area. There's a couple of little helpers. In fact, I'm going to get the next little helper very shortly, who basically only remain in their respective areas. So basically you can't take them out. It's a shame because I really like Priscilla and the way she knocks on the enemies' heads, but all of them do that. There's little characters in all the areas. Oh no, I enjoy Ranger X. It's a decent game. It's technically a very impressive one, and it's a nice enough shooter, but I wouldn't say it's the best game on the Mega Drive. So here we go, the Dwarf Village. Lilypad, the Dwarf Village. So in this... I mean, I do enjoy it, but it's not. I'm not going to be able to stream it on this Mega Drive, unfortunately, so it'll be when we dig out the power one again. Yeah, it's quite cool. I think the other little helpers do the same. I think they all whack the enemies on the head. My younger brother, Hotter, has been taken by the monsters. What am I going to do? So Hotter is our next little friend. Oh yeah, visually Ranger X is a phenomenally put together game. So I've already got a better pair of boots. That is the marine boots. It costs 300 gold. Would you like to purchase them? No, because I don't have enough. It's too bad. Please stop by again. So these ones here in the circles are actually magic spells. That shield, it costs 500 gold. Would you like to purchase it? No, because I can't afford it. So we will be buying them before the end of this sector. Yeah, Ranger X is a very good game, impressive technically. And it's not a bad shooter. I mean, it's got some nice ideas. I enjoyed it. It's quite a short game though, because you get that 3D scaling map, which is really impressive. So that's the inn. See if there's anywhere else. I think this is the Elder in the village. Yeah, here we go. Yes, we see the Elder is quite upset about the fact one of the little dudes has been kidnapped, but don't worry, we will rescue him and then he will help fight with me. Oh! And I've just saved over my completed save file. Never mind. I suppose there's a good chance to do a playthrough. I had a feeling that was going to happen. So, yep, you can't speak to the Elder, one of the three. To see anyone do. So, we need to rescue the Hotter from the village as well. He's currently in a spot of bother. Actually, these guys give you a lot to go. Just yeah, Shining Force. The Shining Force 2 makes really good use of the colour palette as well. If it's designed, it actually improves upon Shining Force 1. Shining Force 2 is definitely a really bright, colourful game as well. In terms of cutesy characters, I think this is best, but Shining Force 2 makes some really good use of the colour palette as well. Yeah, Alien Soldier, the follow-up to Gunstar Heroes, is another game that's really... I really enjoy that. Again, that's another one we could stream, but only the PAL version, sadly. The Japanese versions are highly, just very expensive. The PAL one I managed to get lucky and pick up a long time ago in Game Station, second hand for like £30 or something. Oh, here we go, the Dwarf Child is in danger. So you can see there, he's in a spot of bother as it looks like he's about to be cooked for dinner, and all those skulls around don't help him, so let's... And they make their escape. And he goes after them. I really enjoy Alien Soldier. It's the only thing I will say is that there was a really great interview they recently got translated, and the developers basically admitted it was the game was really hard originally, and okay, I need to use my. That potion doesn't give you much health. I need a bigger. Well, I did save it, so if I do screw up now. Unfortunately, the monsters. Yeah, there was some really great stuff, because GameStale were only good high street retailer that sold retro games, and I got quite a few good Saturn games stuff out of there. They were quite a good way before. I mean, these days there are some sort of niche specialist retro stores, but a lot of them are very pricey. Yeah, I'd love to do Alien Soldier for a live stream. I will definitely put that. I'll put Ranger X and Alien Soldier on the to-do list, but we won't be doing them at the minute because, as I said, I've only got PAL versions of both those games, and both those games are PAL optimized, so they're a bit messy if we play them at 60 Hz. But I will put them on the list to play. Yeah, this is really nice. Right, so I think I'll buy a power potion. You have a screen like that's a potion. To purchase it, yes. I really wish I hadn't lost that elixir. So I'm going to need to buy all the better hardware. Basically, we've actually got to explore. Yeah, CEX are really. I hate CEX with a passion. They're overpriced and. Wants to go with you, you know. Don't go too far though. Yeah, so like before, now Hotter will join me in battle to help you. He's very good at finding hidden rooms, you know. Yeah, he will find secret doors. In fact, you need him to enter the castle. Yeah, CX are. Yeah, actually, I could do Alien Soldier on the collections. Strangely, Sega haven't put Ranger X on the collections, but I think. Actually, yeah, I could do. I did now that you just remind me. I could do Alien Soldier on the. I've got the PS2 collection, and it's included in the PS4 one. So definitely that will go on the sooner rather than later list. I'm afraid Ranger X. We basically have to. I'll have to do my PAL copy because it's the only version we have. If one of those ones, I'd like a Japanese copy or US one, but they're quite expensive now to buy, sadly. I think he also... So Hotter also attacks the enemies. I think he also does a... 17 gold. These guys aren't going to give me huge amounts of gold, so I think I'll go to explore the next area. They're prompting me really to fight the boss. But yeah, some of the local CEX stuff. I've got one or two... Oh yeah, he's digging all that up. Thank you, Hotter. That's very nice. Yeah, I have got one or two good things out of CEX that haven't been extortionately priced. I actually managed to get a cart of... quite recently, I managed to get... So if you look on our channel, we did a Probotector 2 long play on the NES. I actually managed to get that cart from CEX at a reasonable price. I think it was about £35. For a lot of their stuff, you see it like 300-400 quid, which is just ridiculous. Part of the reason for that is that a lot of people actually sell CEX trade-in value. So let's get Hotter back. Please take him out again sometime soon. Yep. So that's actually the exit door for this dungeon. I believe I need him to enter this dungeon. I think he's going to rip open the door, as I recall. Yep, there he goes. He just smashes stuff. Gotta love Hotter. Just a bit of vandalism here and there. So we're going to enter. I believe this is where we get the trident from. See, I think I'll beat this guy and then we have light. Yes, there we go. We have light. You found the lamp. And Hotter's just digging up everything going, so we can actually see what we're doing in this dungeon now. Yeah, so CEX, in case you're wondering if you're not from around the UK, a standard computer exchange. They're basically the only other rival these days. They do mainly second-hand stuff that people trade in. The only other retailer we now have after GameStation closed, because Game got bought up by GameStation, because unfortunately the merger was allowed to go ahead. Because at the time we only had Game and GameStation, yet for some reason they thought it was a good idea to allow them to merge, so there was literally no competition on the market. So I will need to get some health back, because these ghosts... At least I've got plenty of gold. I'm not short of gold now. I'm going to have to get some health back. Okay, it's a very nice... It's not really a transparency. They're actually using a flicker effect. That's every other frame they're going on and off, but it's always nice to see. I've actually reached the hour mark. I think there's a warp playthrough that's literally finished by now in this time I've taken to play. But you obviously, if you're playing it that quick, you're not going to finish the game in its entirety and see all the extras. And this game has a lot of hidden areas to experience, so I will definitely do a full run through. Welcome to the inn. If I'm being honest, I probably should have ignored the... so I think that this was about... Steel armor, it costs 800 gold. No, it's too bad. Please stop by again. So basically, it's probably a good idea to actually ignore the equipment in the previous... in the town, but I suppose... if you do that, you're then going to have no equipment for this bit, but you might be able to buy the better armor at 800. Actually relying on the upper frames, that these ghosts just keep coming back as well, so there's just an endless supply on them. Sadly they don't give me much gold, so there's not much point in me actually farming them. Now I need to remember this, there are lots of areas where you'll discover things. Oh, 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 oh. Boulder's gone ahead of me. See, they're smashing those nice blocks, that nice little effect, and there's a bit of slowdown. And he smashed the wall there as well. So basically you want HOT just to go around smashing everything. Hey, we found another heart, just what I want. It definitely pays to explore Wonderboy and Monster World. Not everyone will do, but it definitely pays to explore. Can actually shrink, so the size that indicates you can actually shrink at later points in the game. Come on, let's go, 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 go. I don't want to get crushed by this again. Oh, just. Fortunately, if you kill enemies enough time on one scene, they stop respawning, at least for the short term. So again, there's something I'm looking for here. We've got a platform. I'm guessing that's a false wall. Am I about to go? Yep, here we go. That's how we get this switch. Turns that into a breakable wall. I can now jump, jump. Ooh. And there we go. A little bit of slowdown. I'm going to ignore that. Exit. Is this to the boss? No, this is the next area. Okie dokie. So I'm going to keep the shield up. Found the hard shield, just what I want. Shield. You see, there are lots to explore and find in this if you're willing to take the time to explore. Frame rate, come on down. I'll jump that one. Lit up that one. Okay, let's try lighting up this one then. Yes. I'm feeling this is going to throw me into the boss fight, but what the hell? Eek. Ah, the best laid plans, as they say. Probably a bit more to explore in that tomb. Okay, I think that's. Oh, I inadvertently saved over my previous completed save file, so I'm back in the forest. But I'm actually going to wrap it up there. I think that was a good point. 1 hour 30 for tonight's stream, which I think has been a nice look at Wonderboy and Monster World, which is a very, very good Mega Drive game. I do highly recommend it. And I think, as I said, it's one of the best outings in the series. I think it is available in the PS4 Classics collection. It is one of the games, included games, I believe, as I seem to remember. Yeah, I think I should have slightly had a few more potions for that boss fight. Probably should have just gone full out on one of the things from the get-go, because once you've taken out one side, it's quite easy. Having better boots or the better arm might have helped, but not too much. You can rush it if you're doing well. Never mind. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think that's a good length for the stream tonight. I don't want to explore too much of this one, as I think I might do a full playthrough at some point in the near future and get my rundown on this one. It's been a little while since I played through it, so I can't remember exactly where every heart piece and everything is, but that's a really good show. It is a really good Metroid. It's probably one of the few Metroid games on the Mega Drive, and it's a really good explorative game. Beautiful set, beautiful artwork, beautiful music. It's really testament to Westone's bit of entertainment. Although it's not the best visually Wonderboy game, I think Monster World 4 is a more visually impressive game. I think this is probably the slightly better game with the open world. Wonderboy 4 is much more level structured. Monster World 4 is much more level structured. It's kind of in some ways a step back from Dragon's Trap and Wonderboy and Monster World. And so it's a really good game, Monster World 4, but whether it's as good as this one, I'm not so sure. I prefer the open world explorative nature of this one. I think Monster World 4, there's still an explorative nature in Monsters World 4, but it's not as much as you can only explore the stages when you're there and then they're closed off. So it's not quite as good, I felt, into that gameplay aspect. Although that's getting an expected remake next year, so that's going to be interesting to see how well that is. But that has been... It's a hard one, yeah. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's the best Wonderboy game. I think Monster World 4, I think this one might slightly pit Monster World 4 in terms of gameplay. Monster World 4 has the better music and the graphics though. But I'm going to wrap it up there. So I will say thanks to my commenters on the stream, Share, Breadmaster, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Marcel O. Pires 711. Thanks for your company, guys. Very much appreciated. I will be streaming again tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to stream just yet. I'm probably going to say I'm probably going to look at Rainbow Islands, I suspect, this week. I think definitely look at one of the Fantasy Stars, seeing as that was requested, Fantasy Star 2. Yeah, I would, if I could do, I would look at Alien Soldier or Ranger X, but I can't at the minute because they're not. We've only got PAL versions of them, so they won't work properly at 60 Hz. That's okay, Cher. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It really is a wonderful game. I think I might try and do a long play of this as well. This is one of those games that's so good. I should really get my play time and performance down so we can do a proper long play of it. I think it'd be really nice to do a full-on long play of this one because it's such a nice game. It's such a well-made title as well, so it'd be nice to do everything, show all the secrets. They're not actually too many bosses. There's only really about 4 bosses. You have that one, you have the rock one, you have the dragon, and there's a snowman as well, and then finally you have the alien as well, and then there's the Dark Master as well in one of the castles. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up early tonight. So thanks all for your company, guys. Very much a privilege to have you on here. Very much appreciated. As always, do hit that like button if you enjoyed our streams. And as always, apologies if you're just coming in. We are just wrapping up, but it's always... I've always got to like to limit the time frame we do for these. I'll definitely look at doing a long play if there's demand for it, and I would like to do a long play myself for this one. Need to get the time down, but yes, as always, if you do enjoy our content, please do hit that like button. And of course, if you're watching us and you like our content, and don't just take my word for it, look at the channel, see what you like on there. Then do consider subscribing to us. We've just pipped the 3,000 mark, which has been really big achievement. Really happy about that, and we will continue to grow. I will probably I might try and get I've got a couple of long plays I want to get out, so a few things to do. I have got a Mario long play I need to do and a few other bits and bobs, and I do have a Saturn video I need to get doing and a few other bits, so hopefully they should start appearing now that I've done. I think in December I will probably cut down on the streams, so that's cool. Glad you enjoyed it, Marcel. It's certainly worth looking at. I think it's available on Steam as well on Wonderboy and Monster World. This one's pretty much available on everything these days. It is a fantastic Mega Drive game, but I always think the original Mega Drive version just pips all the emulated versions at present. The sound is never quite right, but yes, I highly recommend Wonderboy and Monster World. So if you enjoyed the look of the start of this, I highly recommend it. A very good game. Lots to find, lots of secrets in the world as well, the heart upgrades and everything. But I'm going to wrap it up there, so thank you all for joining me. I'm going to wish you a good night, a good evening, good afternoon, or a good morning, wherever you are in the world tonight. I will be streaming again tomorrow. As I said, I'll think about what we're going to do. Maybe I'll do Fantasy Star 2 tomorrow, or I might do Rainbow Islands, one of the two, or a few other bits and bobs. I'm not exactly short of Mega Drive titles to choose from at present, so I will have a good look. But thank you all for watching. I will see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream, the randomised gaming stream.